The pluses of being a small business owner is the freedom to run your life how you really want it to be.
Being in business is just very, very exciting. Maybe it's a slight risk taker in me because in these current times you're never quite sure if things are going to work or not. But I like the challenge of being able to give customers new services, the challenge of competition. It has its highs, it has its lows. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't do anything else.
You have ideas and you make mistakes, but as long as you're prepared to pick yourself up again and dust yourself off, then you're not actually affecting anybody else. I'm absolutely in control of my own destiny.
The pluses of being a small business owner is you really are in charge of everything that goes on. You know everything from who's doing the post, who's selling, who's buying, everything. Go to a larger company, obviously have to devolve some of that information, some of that imperialism away from yourself.
I think your self-esteem grows dramatically when you run your own business. And I think generally your well-being is improved because you actually feel you're making a contribution to life.
My name's Dawn O'Connor. I'm the proprietor of Yannon's Chartered Accountants, a small accountancy practice in Teignmouth, Devon.
My name's Mike Matthews and the company is Lineal Software Solutions Limited. All a bit of a mouthful, but we just call it Lineal. We develop software for accounting and CRM solutions, and we sell and maintain equipment that it all runs on.
My name's Greg Page-Turner from Woodhays Farm. I run 3 businesses here. The first business, Artware Fine Art, which deals in antique historical portraits. And then there's another agency called Commissioner Portrait, and that has 200 artists who do portraits.
My name is Cathy Gillard. I run a small business called Laptop Learning Limited in Torquay and the surrounding area. And it teaches people how to use their own computers.
Hi, my name's Devon and I run a educational entertainment company. Australia is quite famous, not because it's a big country, but also because it's got some of the most deadly animals in the world. The reason I started my own business is quite interesting. I had an illness that meant that I was unable to work for anybody else, and I was also told that I wouldn't be able to work again and that I would be on benefits, and I'm not that sort of person. I wanted to make my own way, so with a little bit of help I managed to set up my own business. 15 years later, we're still going strong.
I started my own business because I really didn't want to work for anybody else. I wanted to do things my way. I had worked for a company for several years. It wasn't well, it wasn't happy, but I learned a valuable tool in that company, and that was computing, my hobby. So I decided to take that hobby and then make a business out of it, which is great because I get paid for doing what I enjoy. That's always one of the key elements. If you get paid for doing what you enjoy, that's double buns.
I started my own business because I had a young family and the demands of my job compared with the demands of childcare were just proving too great, and I realised that if I became self-employed I would be much more in control of my time and I could decide what to do, how much to devote to the family and how much to devote to the business.
I started my own business when I was getting near the age of statutory retirement, if you like. I knew I wasn't going to want to do that. I was still full of life, full of ideas, full of go. I had lots and lots of sleepless nights planning what I was going to do, and lots of off-the-wall ideas as well of things I was going to do. And eventually I realised that it had to be doing something that I could do really well, which was computer training.
I think I always knew that I wanted to start my own business from quite a young age, but I had to get some experience beforehand. So I worked for a large organisation, which was Christie's, the auctioneers. I learnt an awful lot from them, I have to say, and they helped me get ready to go out on my own. But I think I did it because I knew that I couldn't work for anyone else. It had to be for me.
We have tonight probably one of the inspirers, the Beernat entrepreneur himself, Mike Southon.
Thank you, David.
The reason I joined the FSB was I wanted to give my company some real credence. The FSB is the largest of the smallest business organisations in the country, and I decided that by joining the FSB it would give me and my clients the peace of mind that I was attached to a very important organisation.
I joined the FSB when I first started my business because I just felt I needed the technical support that they provided in terms of legal helpline, updates on employment law, things like that. You've got access to lots of resources, the networking possibilities, offers on banking and things like that. So it was just obvious that you should be a member of the FSB if you're in business on your own.
I'm a member of the FSB because it's a fantastic organisation, member-led. I think there's about 250,000 members. We are a very large lobbying organisation which has a lot of power to lobby government and local government for key issues that need to be addressed to help small businesses.
When you're in business on your own, you have lots of people around you, staff, customers, etc., but no one you can really confide in about business issues. So when you join an organisation like the FSB, there's lots of like-minded people there who have been through what you are facing at that time, can give you really good advice and just provide general support. And it's just brilliant when we go to networking events with the FSB. Everyone's very friendly, willing to share experiences and do a lot to help you as well.
As a sole trader with no staff at that time, I felt completely alone. I needed some sort of an umbrella organisation really to work with if possible, and to try and get some peer support as well. Support from people who were doing this, not the same sort of business as me, but who were also alone in business.
The FSB gives membership to small companies like myself, and it gives them great comfort in knowing that there are member services, but also I'm part of a larger organisation. There's local organisation as well, because there's branch levels at the local area, of which I belong to and very active in, but also nationally, so you get a picture of what's going on throughout the whole of the country, and therefore it's a no-brainer not to join the FSB. To be an FSB real-life entrepreneur, really got to show determination, compassion and commitment. I think the commitment is the biggest phrase I want to push here. I'm committed to what I do, and as a small business, I've got to show others that you can succeed. In these times that are very hard, you can succeed, but I'm really committed. And I think that shows the entrepreneurial spirit, is your commitment to what you do and you believe in what you do.
Isn't that lovely? The business that I set up had never been done before in the UK. So entrepreneurs sometimes take a little bit of a risk to do something to either help themselves, to help their family, or just take a really good idea and try it out. And I think that's why I'm a real entrepreneur. It's not funny, it's stuck up my nose. Come on.
I'm a real-life entrepreneur because I suppose I've demonstrated to the people I work with in business that I can run a business successfully. I've built up my businesses since I started out in 1997 into successful businesses that can stand up on their own. Obviously it takes a lot of risk, a lot of headache, sleepless nights. I've been through all that. With the FSB hand, they have helped me in this process.
I don't see myself as anything other than an entrepreneur because my income is dependent completely on my efforts in the business world. I'm not guaranteed any income, and if I don't run my business efficiently, I will not have a living. I'm not an Alan Sugar type apprentice type of person. It's real life. I built my business up from scratch and I employ 4 people, so I believe I am a real life entrepreneur.
I'm an FSB real life entrepreneur because I have started my own business from scratch, grown it, learned with it, had my downfalls, picked them up again, been able with the help of colleagues and peers that I've met through the FSB to reorganise things, to rejig as necessary, and my business is a thriving local business.